Hi, I'm Adam Post. This is an update about the Joker movie. There's been a lot of talk about Joker hitting $1 billion. It looks like, if it's correct, looks like it may have actually just done it. We're going to go into it. You go ahead and tell me in the comments, did you think Joker was going to hit $1 billion? I thought it was going to hit $1 billion. It had that vibe to it. In fact, I did a video about it, and I just want to talk to you about that real quick. Make sure to put in the comments whether or not you thought Joker was going to hit $1 billion. While you're down there, definitely subscribe and click the bell for notifications. That's a huge help to me. I did a video back on October 21st, and we were talking about how Joker could reach $1 billion. And I had said, I had a feeling it would. The energy was there. We all knew that Joker wasn't going to be distributed in China. That's had a big point against it because there's a lot of people in China watch movies, but I thought it would, and I think a lot of other people did too. Prior to that, to it hitting anywhere near $1 billion, the Joker had become the most profitable comic book movie ever. This was featured in Forbes. We did a video about this too, and we talked about how Joker was more profitable than every other movie, even the Deadpools, the Batmans, and why? Because the budget on Joker was $55 million to $65 million. It's a very low budget for a comic book movie, right? It's not a typical comic book movie, but it's a comic book movie. The budget was low. Joaquin Phoenix has received tremendous positive reviews for his acting, and also for him, like the elevator scene, not the elevator scene, but the scene where he gets into the refrigerator and the scene where he's dancing in the bathroom. Those were completely improvised by him. Even the director didn't know he was going to do those scenes. Very, very cool. In fact, I did a video about that also. It's in my Joker playlist. Now, this is coming from MovieWeb. It was also confirmed by Forbes that they are saying that Joker has gone past the $1 billion mark at worldwide box office. Let's take a look at it. So Joker has crossed a major milestone as the DC Comics adaptation has officially crossed the $1 billion mark at global box office. I'll bet China is not happy about that because they weren't a part of it. It wasn't that long ago, relatively speaking, when it comes to the overall history of cinema, that it was extremely rare for a movie to beat $1 billion. But these days, it does happen more frequently, especially with superhero movies. It's amazing that it hit 10 figures because this was considered a small movie, but obviously really well done. It's a comic book movie that people were aware of the character of the Joker, but they've never seen this done this way before. And Joaquin Phoenix was absolutely compelling in this movie. He was fascinating. I think he killed Sophie, by the way. You can have your own comments. Put it below. According to a new report, the box office, the Joker's already pulled in heading into the weekend, before the weekend, has crossed the $1 billion milestone. The split is about 32% domestic with $318 million and 68% international. So that's $682 million in foreign countries. So not China, but still, that's a big piece of money from foreign countries. You got to think about international markets now, right? So this also makes, for the second time, a DC release to cross that milestone this year, with Aquaman becoming the highest grossing DC movie ever earlier in 2019 with $1.14 billion. Looks like DC's getting their act together, right? The only other non-Disney movie to pass the milestone this year was Sony's Spider-Man Far From Home, which earned $1.1 billion, though that movie was co-produced with the Disney-owned Marvel Studios and takes place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and obviously that helped a lot. Joker had no help. It was not obviously connected to another universe, but people did have familiarity with it. There's no question, related to Batman. But they didn't have any logos or anything that said, from the DC Comics character from Batman or anything like that. So it's pretty impressive. So interestingly, though, Warner Brothers, who owns DC Comics, owns the Joker, and Warner Brothers, right? So they sold off half the rights to this. We did another video about that. Half the profits don't belong to Warner Brothers because they took that tiny production budget and they were like, well, we better split this with another company because it's kind of a risky movie. They actually thought this would be a risky movie. They had no idea it would have this kind of success. So they projected it to do much less business than it did. So they sold off about half of the movie or 45% of it, to partners, producer partners. Village Roadshow is one of them. And those guys get to share in half the profits now. So if you have an extra 30 or $40 million around, you might want to think about investing in a movie with Warner Brothers. Usually they only do that with the major superhero movies because, with the major superhero movies, they don't usually do that because what they do with those major superhero movies is they keep it all internally at Warner Brothers. They don't take outside an investment in that because they know that that's going to be a hit. It's very predictable that it's going to be a hit. This they thought was risky, so they didn't want to risk a fraction of money. And the reason why Warner Brothers started doing that was because they gave away the rights to Batman during a lot of the big movies like Dark Knight. They gave away profit participation and all that to mitigate and control some of the risk. They controlled the risk, and they gave up a huge percentage of the profits. So again, they're giving up percentages of the profits. Maybe when it comes to comic book movies, just crazy thought, maybe, especially with a great actor involved and a low budget, maybe they're not going to risk the money anymore. There's talks of a sequel to Joker. There's all sorts of excitement and enthusiasm around Joker and around DC's comic movies, but also around their other villain movies they might do. They're talking about doing Penguin. They're talking about Two-Face. They're talking about a lot of stuff. I'll update when I see things that are really, really interesting and it looks cool, and I'll let you know. So that's the update. Joker went ahead, blew past $1 billion. God only knows where it's going to wind up. Will it win Oscars? Will it get? I think it's got an amazing, amazing chance that this is going to win a heck of a lot of awards, and we're going to see that number go up. Don't expect $2 billion because you can't take family members to this, right? You can't take kids to this and things like that. But it's solidly in the range of doing another $100-200 million. It looks like. So they're going to do really, really well for themselves. I also publish comics. I've got some. Right here, actually, College of the Dead. This is not a movie yet. Could be one day. We will see. Check out the link in the description for College of the Dead if you want to check it out. All right, so again, make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell for notifications. Tell me if you ever thought that Joker would hit $1 billion, especially without China. Tell me about any other comments that you have. Love to hear from you. And I will see you again soon. And if I don't see you, I will miss you. All right, see you soon.